honestly thought I had already done by now, but I actually haven't. I've just done videos slagging off other people who tried to do the Irish accent.
Chest to be going to church.
It hurts.
Shut it.
And how-to tutorials, and kind of talked about the Irish accent with my friend Paul.
Fortune smiled upon him in Ireland.
What did she do?
Fortune smiled upon him in Ireland. It's not.
But I haven't definitively made a how to do an Irish accent video. So here it is. Before I get into today's video, do be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, the next time you're starting to have a really nice dream, your alarm clock will wake you up and just ruin the dream for you. Oh, how inconvenient. So be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, all those things, or this Irish curse will befall you. Thank you to the person who suggested that below in comments. I have demolished other people's tutorials, and for that, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
But I have to point out that most of the people teaching Irish accents on YouTube aren't Irish to begin with, so their jumping off point isn't great. Peace and love to all. Personally speaking, I love the variety of Irish accents. I've said it before, there are more accents per capita in Ireland than any other country in the entire world. There is no one Irish accent, so when you are trying to learn an Irish accent, I would say get very specific about what Irish accent you want to learn to do. You can group accents by parts of the country, north, south, east and west, but that's just very rough. You will get a general idea of the accent, but I mean, for example, I live in Dublin. I have a South Dublin accent, stereotypically speaking, but Conor McGregor, who lives 6 miles up the road, literally born and raised 6 miles up the road from me, has a completely different Dublin accent.
My name is Conor McGregor. I'm a mixed martial artist with the Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I am from Dublin, Ireland.
Most people would say Conor McGregor has a North Dublin accent, even though he's from Crumlin, which is on the south side of Dublin, but that's just how weird the accents are. They just go all over the place. As an aside, Conor McGregor is a really bad dude. More stuff will come out about him in the future. For the purposes of keeping it concise today, I'm going to mostly focus on the Dublin accent because there is just so much stuff I could teach you from all around Ireland, which I'm willing to do if you want to hear it, so let me know below in comments. But today I'm going to be focusing mostly on the North and South Dublin accents because they kind of are the generic accents that people do in movies and stuff like that. So I am from South Dublin and I have what categorically most people would say is a posh Dublin accent. There are way posher stereotypical Dublin accents than mine. They're more commonly referred to as D4 accents, which is the postcode Dublin 4 where they are based. Again, the people within Dublin 4 don't all talk like that, but stereotypically their accent is kind of over the top posh. Right, Damien, we're gonna go down the shops and get some milk, like. Compare that with the stereotypical North Dublin accent. Right, Damo, we're going to go down the shops and get some milk, like. A lot of times those very thick accents might be affected on a conscious or subconscious level, kind of put on. Like, I do know of a lot of people growing up in my part of Dublin who put on a North Dublin accent, especially teenage boys, to try and sound cool. Similarly, some people put on a South Dublin accent and it's very affected in order to sound like up themselves. So to generalize the South Dublin accent, I'm going to call the posh accent, and the North Dublin accent, which I'm going to call the inner city Dublin accent, neither of which actually doesn't have crossover, but that's just what I'm going to call them. Posh Dublin accent has long vowel sounds. Right, let's go down. Whereas the North Dublin accent has much shorter, more clipped vowel sounds. Right, let's go down. Some people say that the capital city was very affected by the British occupation of 800 years, that the accent has come largely from the British being there. To me, it really doesn't sound that much like any kind of British accent, but there you go. Compare that with North of Ireland, who had a lot of Scottish people living there. They definitely have taken on aspects of the Scottish accent. The biggest thing you need to know about doing any kind of Dublin accent is your use of vowels will be very different to how you usually do it. For example, the word P-A-R-K. An extreme South Dublin accent will say pork the core, whereas a North Dublin accent will say park the car. Whenever you're trying to learn an accent, I find it's always best to go a little over the top and then relax it back as you learn the accent. Relax your mouth, and the mouth of the Irish people is certainly a lazy one when it comes to speaking. So when we're talking generally, Irish people have a smaller, lazier mouth. We won't usually say running, we'll say running. You might notice the R as well is very pronounced, or the R, depending on where you are in the world. We do say our R's very strongly, Dublin South and Dublin North. Also, in all parts of Ireland, you'll find us adding in vowels where there are none. Take, for example, the number 9, or nine, or the word film. Something else most Irish accents have in common is our dislike of the letters TH in the right place. South Dubliners tend to say it really lightly, like almost surfacing over the TH, whereas North Dubliners tend to replace it with a D or a T. For me, the key to learning an accent and a good way to practice is counting to 10 in that accent. You'll make a lot of observations by listening to the sounds and doing it that way. So let's go South Dublin and count to 10 first. 1, notice how it's coming right out of your chest. It's a head voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice the OI of the 5. 3 is jumped over quite quickly, the TH. 6, 7, 8. Notice my mouth is like this. 8. We're not saying the T, we're saying sh. 8. 9. 9. That's a whole different word. N-O-I-N. 9. And 10. Can't really say 10 too differently. Compare that with North Dublin. 1, 2. This is totally coming from the front of our mouth. 3, 4, F-O-R. 5. Adding in the extra vowels. 6. We're really putting the emphasis on the 7. That's not a V-E-N, it's a V-I-N. 8. Forget the end of the word, you don't need it. 9. 10. 9. 10. I don't know, it's just how we talk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So those are 3 different accents just from Dublin alone that you can compare. Like I said, I'd be happy to come on here and share with you other accents from around Ireland. So if you're interested in seeing it, let me know by clicking the like, comment, subscribe, all those buttons that really annoy you to click. And I'll see you on the other side. Bye. People often ask where Chewy's accent is from. He's from Kilkenny, which is not that far from Dublin, but it's a little bit thicker, isn't it? Chewy, what do you think of the new setup? Do you like the new room? Is it good? Yeah, he's happy. He's happy. He's happy.
For those wondering, I'm finding the walls overstimulating.